Happy Monday, everybody. Hope the world is treating you well. Welcome to Parts and Stocking Nightmare. Doug won't be joining me tonight. I apologize for his absence. Hope everybody's doing well. I just realized how absolutely horrible my internet connection is here. Hope I'm coming through okay and not digitizing too much. But strange, I've not had a problem with the signal at all until I flipped my computer around the other way. So anyway, welcome and happy Monday. I hope everybody's just had an amazing day, an amazing weekend. We had a rainy day here in North Florida. Drizzly day, probably a better way to describe it. And hey, I'm actually coming to you from the store. So first time for everything. So kind of excited to be here. As you can tell, we're still under construction, but we haven't stopped. It really hasn't. Yeah, Gene, you have no idea. If I was to pan around the corner, it looks like a complete nightmare. But yeah, so part of the reason that I'm not actually completely up and running is because I've been helping people and selling as I've been opened here. So but I get it. I want to help my washers. I want to help everybody, especially my local guys, and it's just real important to me. And I actually had a guy. I had some stuff that I really, really, really needed to do, and he came in today and rolled in about 3 o'clock. I'm not set up for repairs or anything really well, right now. But he rolled in at 3 o'clock and had a busted bulkhead and a bad three-way banjo. And so, guess what? We went out back and fixed his thing. It took us about 2 hours, and even had to go run somewhere and borrow a heat gun to do it because I don't even have all the tools here yet. But damn it, we got him up and going. So that's what's important to us and what I want to always be able to do to washers. So yeah, welcome. Had my carpenter lay out for a couple of days, so all the slat wall isn't up yet. Paul informed me that I got 6 more pallets on the way of stuff, and I don't exactly know where all that's going to fit, but hey, it's going to fit somewhere. It's going to fit somewhere. We'll make it work. Nick, Jacob, how are you? Anthony? Good to see you guys. But yeah, that's so yeah, a lot of my thanks, Lloyd. Appreciate that. But sometimes your best laid plans and out. You don't have a lot of show prep today because of that washer that came in and said, "Hey, I got to get this fixed." I've actually been cussing Paul lately, because of all the stuff that he sent me. And I've got 2 amazing examples today. Hey Trevor, what's up, buddy? Yeah, it really is like 10 pounds crammed into the 5-pound bag. Trevor, how are you, bud? I hope you're still in Vegas and having a ball. But I've been cussing Paul because he had sending me all these just random parts. Sometimes I feel like he just went to the warehouse. It's like, oh wait, that's got dust on it, send it to Ray. That's got dust, send it to Ray. That's got dust, send it to Ray. And I'm kidding, he really didn't do that. But he has a specific list in mind that he wants his franchises to have. And sure enough, last week I had somebody call me, washer. Um, it was just, you know, literally the return nut on my Udor gas pump has blown out. The little return 90 and the nut has cracked. I'm in the middle of a house wash. Do you have that in stock? And I'm like, dude, I don't know what I have in stock. And I found the box that had Udor parts in it, and I started ripping it out. I was like, come on in, we'll look. So literally together, the two of us looked through the part of Udor's, and sure enough, had him in there. So yeah, it happened. We got him up and running. I had somebody call me today for needed a seal kit for a TSF 2023 general pump. And I'm like, I don't know. Let me go look in the box that says seal kits or general pump repairs. Sure enough, have a repair kit for a TSF 2023, which I actually learned today is a 20 millimeter pump. And that seal kit goes across the board on several different other 20 millimeter general pump repairs. I will try to answer the question about the unloader. So what is the question, Big Rob? Yeah, I wish it was. No, it really is. It's really happening. It really, really, really is happening. Trevor, I don't know when my grand opening is. I don't want to interfere with any of the other power wash store events. So if I do something, I will probably wait until the fall to do a grand opening type celebration festival shindig. Because we're in North Florida and our season, I've got a layer of pollen on my truck right now, and it is about to kick off hardcore and scary in North Florida. All right. So the question, if Rob throws this on there, can I put a ZK71 even though it's only rated for 3,600? I wouldn't. I mean, I've never done that. Whenever you start talking about the pressure on these, anything should probably have a I would assume the ANSI rating on stuff has about, and I've heard this before. I can't quote. I mean, I'm doing what I hate to do. What we preach against in the plant and property, but I've heard, and I can't cite the source, that there's always about a 10%. Like if you ever see a load rating of 3,000, there's 10%, or 300 pounds, there's 30 pounds extra on a ladder. It was rated for 3,600. I wouldn't put a 4,000 on there, even though it probably would be okay. All right, Rob, hold on. Hey, Mark Tuliano, what's going on, buddy? RPC, I have no idea because I don't have any in stock. I had 6, anywhere from 6 gallon a minute to 8,000 a minute gallon cold water units. I've now got 4 of those in, and I'm not even open yet. They're kind of going crazy. Hell, I sold 3 skids last week, and I'm not open. Hold on, let me grab. This is actually kind of the cool thing about me being here, so I can grab this. K7, boom. K1, boom. Oh, hell. All right, so never skip leg day. I got some beautiful legs, man. All right, cool. So March 9th, beautiful. It'll be actually kind of cool that I can, it's not that, it's not that my legs are small, it's that my belly is big. So Big red gun for downstreaming. To use that gun, do I need that particular unloader? That I just don't understand. I just don't understand that because I'm a little I'm a little lost here. But since people brought it up on the K series unloaders, these are the Ks. K1, K7. And these are the good old fashioned blue screen, green screen unloaders. A lot of times people will say, oh, well, I've got an unloader like this. That's not the same as a blue spring or a green spring. And technically it is, because if you look up in there, it's got a spring on it. It's just got this handy dandy adjuster that's on it. So you really can see the spring right in there. Black spring, yellow spring, orange spring, green spring, blue spring are all rated for different amounts. But so the K series, they work with pressure a little bit different, and they're a little bit more of a pain to set. They're a little less forgiving, but they tend to ease into the pressure versus snatch into the pressure. Because, whenever you've got this kind of unloader, you pull the gun and you automatically go ka-chunk back. Whenever you're using a K series unloader, it will just, you push it and the pressure just starts to build suddenly, and over the course of like 3 seconds, you're back up to full pressure on there. It doesn't have a snatch or a jerk on there. So a lot of people like these unloaders, unfortunately, though, are a lot more sensitive to any kind of leaks that you may have in your system. They're a lot somebody's asking if they're less reliable in the long run. I wouldn't say they're less reliable, but I would say they're a lot assier, if that makes sense. They're just a lot they're a lot more sensitive. They're a lot less forgiving to faults. I've run them. I've never really had one go out from overuse, but these are cheaper. These are a lot more forgiving. Oh, thank you, Brian. I'm proud to know you too. I'm glad to call you a friend. How do you configure a new one? Pressure gauge. One of the ways you have to start is the pressure gauge, and then find the ideal pressure and flow rate. Change your set nut on there. Well, actually, hold on. This is the set nut on the unloader, and then here's your adjustment nut on the unloader, your adjustment bolt. And whenever you get it all set up, we could even do a little class on unloaders one day. Whenever you get it all set up, tighten your stop nut in there and you'll be good. And hopefully you won't have to adjust it too much once you get it adjusted perfectly. And I believe if you go to powerwashstore.com, Paul probably has some videos on setting K-series unloaders. But that's the difference in those kind of unloaders there. Hey, Scott, what's happening, buddy? Hope you are doing well. Yeah, you are seeing my new location for the first time. It's actually kind of creepy because as I'm sitting here, my whole glass, it's all blacked out because of the parking lot. Can't see anything out because of the reflection of the lights. Yeah, Gene saying something, and so it's a little weird. It's like I'm staring out into the abyss because we don't have the window wrap done yet. Gene saying the best part of the K7 is the ability to disconnect the hose without the need to release the pressure. Rob, are you talking about the gun, the red washdown gun? That might be. Yeah, you'll enjoy it. Just, I mean, they're really, really, really sensitive, and you'll have to, like, once you get it, start getting it dialed in, Ryan. Don't go crazy with the adjustments on there. Just very slight turns. Um, oh, the big washdown guns. All right, you mean like the red version of these that are a little bit higher flow? Because I don't know how you'd set up the. I don't know what pressure the red guns are. I just Hey Bruce, what's happening, man? MTH, I have no idea. I don't know my prices yet. I mean, I can get onto Acumatica and look, but it's gonna just I'm stumbling through that. Send me a message on Facebook tomorrow. Yeah, the red gun they use for roof pumps. I don't have any of those. I'll be getting some in. I got my blue ones here. I used to use the blue ones a great deal with our larger booster pumps that Tim and I were playing around with. Um, I'll tell you, I don't know what the. So I'm just reading this right here. That would scare the living crap out of me. I'm boy, yeah, I don't watch that forum a lot. I wouldn't do it, me personally. I mean, the blue one is rated for 350 psi. Um, I don't want anybody to call me nubby for the rest of my life, so I ain't doing it. I don't know what that red gun is rated for, but I'm gonna guess it's not, not 4,000 psi. Um, yeah, they may say it, and they may be well made, but if you're using something to 10 times its capacity, God bless you. Oh man. Oh, I had no idea people were using those with K7 unloaders. That just seems scary. I mean, scary, 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 scary. Rusty, hope you're doing well. Oh, yeah, you can't attach a lance to them. I mean, I don't understand what's wrong with a good old fashioned ball valve. Um, Ball valve and put a, I don't know, I guess if you really wanted to, you could make a, I don't know, that would just scare me attaching anything like this to a to high pressure, because I mean, even though the it's not a pressure, is it a pressure trap? The K7 one's a pressure relief and one's a pressure trap. I guess it's not a pressure trap, it's a pressure release. It's still allowing, even though it's an easy on, easy off, it's still, yeah, the gun's great. Don't get me wrong. I love the red gun and the blue gun if you got the proper flow for it. But I just, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be fine. Maybe you'll be fine. I can't even say you'd be fine using it. But if you have a catastrophic failure on that, and especially if you had an employee that was using that, because you might be easy on, easy off on the pressure, but the pressure's still there, and it might not be jerking it to start with. But my God, if you hooked up something that said, it's rated for, 350 psi, and you hooked it up to a machine capable of generating 3,500 psi, and again, God forbid something happened to it and to your employee, man, they are, you're going to be screwed on that lawsuit. Let's see. There's so much I'm aware of equipment and maintaining its integrity. Go with what you know and get home safe. Not using it. How do you attach a K7? Here. With a steel hydraulic fitting. Yeah, for some reason, whenever I spun this thing around, my signal just tanked on here, at least through saying I have an unstable connection. And I'm wondering if it's because of the antique tin that I have up here. Yes, these are like very high volume Gilmores. They're good for anywhere from 10 to 14 gallons a minute. The red ones are even a higher flow on there. We used to use these with the booster pumps and the all flow pumps, the soft wash pumps that would pump out anywhere from 12 to 24 gallons a minute. They worked amazing as rinse guns. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, Scott, it's amazing. Put my knife back up. Don't put my knife back up, I'll lose it. Let's see, maybe if I spin this thing around, Dougie, you're doing good, buddy. I'm trying to spin this thing around and get it out of. Hold on. See if I can make a difference. Got some galvanized metal there, and I don't think that's really helping at all. No, still have crap connection. This is the first time I've gone live from here, so not doing anything there either. Well, I'm sorry I have a crap connection, and it is what it is. But I'm going to spin the computer back around again because I'd much rather sit while I do this. All right. So put that on the things to do list. I've got to hardwire the computer back to the router, and luckily, before we built out the service counter, we went ahead and strung out some good blue Cat 6 cable, so that won't be too big of a deal to do. Just got to put the ends on it, all that groovy stuff. So Doug is under the weather, not on camera, but he is commenting here and there, I see. You don't see the bar. Might be too much stuff going on in the background too. You know, it's funny you say that. I bought a cheap Chinese cell signal booster once. One day had a Verizon van pull up in my parking lot of my two offices ago. And guy hops out and says, "Hey," and he's holding some equipment. We're going to need you to turn that off. And I was like, why? He said, you are like screwing up the cell signal basically in this whole area on here, because whenever those boosters do that, it causes a problem when they go a little weird. I was like, really? And he is, and I can't force you to do that. He said, but if it's not turned off, I have to file a report with the FCC, and they can make you turn that off. So I was like, hey, no problem. I'll kill that thing. Oh, Dougie's saying the bad connection is because my sexy sidekick ain't there. I agree. Darren, how are you, sir? Yeah. Said I've seen men sweating, making some major upgrades, watched an older video with you, Ray, and honestly, until the influx of calls changes, it's unnecessary. It just haven't outgrown my rig yet. I agree. Do I have banjo camlock fittings? You can't see it, but where I'm sitting from, I've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 shelves, 6 across. So that's what of these bins full of banjos. I got banjos. I think banjo makes, I don't know how many different things they make. I have most of them here. Elmo, it ain't water, Bubba. Awesome, awesome. Oh, I'm so glad you love it, Thomas. He picked up a 4400 PSI beast. What's happening? No, that's true. I really can't. I did, Rusty. I don't know if y'all saw it when I spun the computer around a minute ago, but I have three U-line. So it's 6 across and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 shelves. So 6 times 12, 72 bins per U-line. I've got 3 shelves behind there that are just full of tips and fittings. I mean, it's freaking nuts. It's absolutely insane. David. Well, all right, Rob, think about this. So you have a 55-gallon water tank with a Hudson float bed. Would that be enough buffer for a 5.5 belt drive PW? You're right on the cusp of not having to stop, because most spigots, unless you're on a well, are going to put out between 5 to 7 gallons a minute. So, if you ran that thing for 10 minutes and just constant running, you would be out of water. But in theory, you are replacing the exact amount of water that you're putting in at the same time. So you shouldn't be drawing down too much. And, the other question is, do you run solid for 10 minutes? Now, if you're surface cleaning, probably so. If you're house washing, probably not running necessarily solid for 10 minutes. Don't forget some duct tape on there. Jim, I do not have a yes, I do. His name is Ray. He drinks bourbon. But no, I do not have a mechanic on staff yet. I am the mechanic tonight, today, next week, till I find a mechanic. 100-gallon gas never runs out, except when he's on a well. Always gone home full. Good. Yeah, I think you're okay on that with that 55. I really, really do. If you're going out and doing, the biggest problem you're going to run into is if you're going out to commercial jobs or like Rob said, wells, or a commercial job where you just don't have access to water. then you're going to run into a problem. Yes, I am no longer employee number 7. I am employee number 1. Jerry, how are you? Oh, yes, I met your wife. She is absolutely a lovely person. Thank you all so much. We will get an invoice out to you one day. Met her. I'm sorry I did not have those trigger guns you were looking for in stock. They'll probably be in on the next order, but I'm literally still going through boxes, and I think she saw what a holy mess this store was. And good luck for your daughter at FSU. Great school. Graduated there myself, and you see where it led me. I'm a desk jockey at a power wash store. David. David, you ain't right, son. You are not right. And yes, actually, the morning copy station is operational. In fact, I was gonna send a picture I know I've been following Joe Hardy with his he's got his Circle H resales. Actually, I'm so happy for Joe. He's doing exactly what he loves to do, and he said, it's like, oh, we always got coffee on it. We got the 2-burner bun, so I'm going to tell him to step up his coffee game. Tampa Airport from TIA, I am about 5 hours. Five hours from TIA. Oh, looks like I'm getting a little bit better signal suddenly. No, it just went down again. Damn it. So Tallahassee, imagine Florida looks like that. Tallahassee is right up here in the armpit. So Pensacola, Jacksonville, Tampa, Miami, Orlando be right along in here. Oh, thank you, Stephen. I appreciate it. And it's ironic. I mean, I'm only 4 hours from Orlando, so and I'm about 2.5 to Jacksonville, depending on what part of Jacksonville, because Jacksonville is hellishly complicated to get through. You know, the area that you're seeing here, Stephen, looks great out of the camera shot. Oh, it's ugly, scary. I can't wait for you to get by the new shop either, Facebook user. I don't even know who this is. Oh man, so y'all realize that spring is coming. As I mentioned earlier, I've got a good little coating of pollen on the truck already. We had like some semi drizzly rain today, and the few puddles that formed this evening. I was walking around outside afternoon. And the pollen is floating on top of the puddle. So, guys, we're pretty hardcore here in Tallahassee with the flowers and the pine trees and the azaleas and oak trees. And right now it's just Japanese maples and red buds are starting, but spring is on its way. Get your equipment going, get it working. It's coming. It is absolutely coming. 200-foot 2-wire hose, non-marking. Yes, I do. Oh, you can't see it because that's in front of it. I do. But I don't recommend. I've got 100-foot and 200-foot sections. I'm really not a huge big fan of 200-foot sections or 300-foot sections of hose, especially pressure hose. Here's why. Because whenever it dies on you or you get a hole in it, you're shut down. If you've got multiple smaller sections, you take out the afflicted section, get back to work. You don't have to do like an infield repair on there. Oh, Charlie, I can't wait to see you. Yeah, yeah, I think it's payback for me giving Paul a lot of crap. So, Papa Puff, how are you, buddy? Happy Mardi Gras, man. Hope you are doing well out there in the Big Easy, or close to the Big Easy. But I know you're celebrating Mardi Gras if you're not working yourself to death. March 20th, first day of spring. Book paver and concrete cleaning, repeat customer, second season. I can't wait. Awesome. Congratulations. Charlie serviced all of his equipment today. Yeah. Oh, you're just above me up there, so it'll be coming. 100-foot. Jerry officially open. You know what? I have no idea. I guess whenever I hang that sign, I can't. Doug's not even here, and I still can't point right. When I hang that sign up there, I'm going to be officially open, but I'm unofficially open right now. Meaning, reach out. I'll get you if I can. I'm not really able to order from the mothership right now and have stuff drop shipped at this point. But if I've got it here, I can figure out a way to get it to people. Spring is as close. Oh yes, I haven't been to Lowe's lately. Whenever you start seeing the 30-second miracle wash and the wall of 2.3s at Lowe's, Rusty, 100%, you know it. Okay, let's see here. Do you see this way in a semi-retirement for other pressure washing guys also? Why couldn't I run a store 20 years too? Do you find it enjoyable? Yeah, I mean, that's literally what, I've got a few good years in me, and that's why we chose to do this, because I love the industry. I love, Tanya and I talked about what are we gonna do with our money? Are we gonna buy something? We're gonna, because I'm gonna say, we retired, but I mean, there's a comfortable retirement and there's a uncomfortable retirement. I would say that at 50 years old, by the time I was 70, it would probably be a pretty uncomfortable retirement. So I needed to do something, and what better thing in the world to do than to get to spend time with the industry that I absolutely love. So yeah, I mean, I think so. I think so. It's funny. I had somebody come over from Mobile and do some trading with me, and he was like, "All right, well, I hope I'm your first customer." I was like, "Actually, you're not. Sorry." And he's like, "Oh, damn! I was hoping you'd like frame the check that I wrote you and never cash it." It's like, that was smart. Absolutely, Big Rob. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Billy, how are you, sir? And again, I apologize for the apparently horrible quality. We will get that worked on next week. Oh man, but like I was saying, spring is coming. It's actually going to be here quicker than you know it. If you need equipment, and I don't, by all means, I will never sit there and go, "Oh, you got to buy from me," or even Power Wash Store Nation, because we are absolutely blessed in this industry. With so many amazing vendors. TJ Poor down at Manatee, Mike Howard, LNH, Russ up at Southside. I know I'm leaving people out. I mean, I think Trudy, who's west of me. I've never met Trudy or her husband, but I understand, they've got a store. I'm trying to think of others, and I don't know, but also then obviously anybody from Power Wash Store Nation. We're blessed in this industry this industry, like so many others, is having a little bit of a supply chain crisis. And anybody that I didn't mention doesn't necessarily mean I don't like them at all. Not saying that whatsoever. Just may not be coming to my mind right now. But this industry is absolutely blessed with amazing vendors out there. Um, use them. Use these vendors. And you may say that, well, Amazon has this K1 unloader for $121 and you're $123. So I'm going to go to Amazon and buy it from them. Okay. Call that Amazon tech department and see if they can tell you how to set it. Because they can't. They really can't. And that's one of the things, and every one of those vendors that I just mentioned, I know that they'll spend time with you on the phone. They'll help you. They'll walk you through the problems you're having. It's really, really, really kind of nice to have. In my area, not so much. Not horribly. I've heard that it's gone crazy in other areas. The vendor that I'm going to use for my SH is a little bit different than a lot of the other SH vendors. So I'm hoping my price remains fairly constant. I'm not familiar with Barron's. Yeah, no Amazon. No Amazon. But anyway, what I was saying is we've this industry, just like so many other industries, have gotten just our teeth kicked in with supply chain. I mean, it's been tough. Power wash stores had stuff from vendors on for 8-10 months in some respects. At one point there wasn't resin for CMTs, custom molded tanks. Those 100-gallon slimlines. Couldn't find resin for a while. We own those molds for those tanks. Those are ours, Whenever you buy them, they actually say water dragon on there. Couldn't get the resin for them. Honda has not promised out the capacity of engines that they had in 2020. And this is all stemming back from COVID because COVID. The global supply chain got horribly affected at that point. So I will say this: talk to your favorite supplier, order stuff, get in the queue, because this isn't like the good old days of 2019 where it was like, hey, I need a Honda GX390. Oh yeah, I've got 8. Or oh yeah, I'll have it to you tomorrow. I can have it drop shipped. Don't happen now. Sucks. It sucks. But it's the way of the world. It's how our world has changed at this point. It absolutely is. Materials skyrocketed. I was looking at the price of a skid. I sold a skid last week, and I was going back to the price at 20% higher. Materials cost on that skid was 20% from May of 2021 to February of 2022. 6 months, 20% raise in price, all due to materials or scarcity of materials and price going up of materials. Well, I don't want to make this a political show, but you're not wrong. Think Russia would have invaded Ukraine with Trump in the office? No. Yeah, this is so just These are weird times. These are just weird, weird, weird freaking times that we're in right now. Very weird times. But you know what? Got you guys here. Life is good. Got my new venture going on. Could not be happier. I am extremely pleased in my life. So, and you know what? The good news is, and you're right. Your Wild West just said it's time for us to thrive. 100%. You're going to be in a situation in life where the cream always. I mean, and I don't care how bad it gets, how awful things are, how just the world could be in complete shit catastrophe. If you still want to go for it, succeed, go and kick butt, you will. You will. Remember, I started my business literally in the Great Recession, November 2009. First house I ever washed, right then and there. I mean, nobody was spending money. It was awful. It was horrific right in there, but I didn't know what else to do. I mean, I was a real estate developer with a real estate license, and that was the one sector of the world that had just gone to absolute crap. Everything I had formal training in, I had a degree in communications from Florida State, but I had no experience in that. I had been in real estate my whole life. You still, if you want to succeed, if you want to work at it hard enough, if you want to get out there and just grind away and grind away and grind away, you're going to be successful. You'll find your niche. And I don't care how bad the market is, how bad the world is. If you want it bad enough, you'll find it. What skid in the background? That one is here. If y'all want some skid porn, let me move the. Believe. There you go. How's that for customer service? Indigo. That is a P40. That is a P40 with 2 soap tanks and 200-gallon slim lines. All right. Yeah, no kidding, Rob. No kidding, Big Rob. All right, Jim. So last year did a roof, had gutters, now seeing some burn spots and turf. Told customer replace side. He's cool about it. Actually, one of the things. No, I don't think there is anything else you should do. Till up the jug the soil real good. In the future, we actually have these things. Hold on, damn it! Right there. Those things. Those are the Nutripods. The bleach neutralizers you can stick in the gutters that will help with the gutter downspouts. You just leave them in the gutters close to the downspouts, and they will neutralize the bleach that comes down. Charlie saying his busy season already started. Focus and growing and succeeding. Get through this. Amen. See, I came from that age, 52 years old. I remember like squinting on scrambled channels and like seeing like a green breast and thinking life was good whenever I was 13 years old. I hate that. I absolutely hate that the video quality is so bad. Yeah, just send me a Facebook message. The Nutripods are pretty cool. So filters and these scramblers. I remember that. I remember the what was it? Was it not Dish, but what was it? One TV service You used to put a card in there, and then you could bootstrap or test your card and decode your card and get every channel possible on there. Maybe it was Dish Network. Anyone else having issues getting SH or inflated pricing? I have heard the pricing has gone up in a lot of areas. I think Florida has been relatively stable on that. But I've heard, although my supplier right down the road, the place that used to well, still does, but they because I'm going to be the biggest SH supplier in Tallahassee, but they were limiting people pressure washers to 25 gallons. Then they went back up to 50 gallons, and that was not per truck, but that was per company. So for the last 4 months or so, they've been limiting people 25, and they just recently went back up to 50 gallons. A lot of other places just have not been getting bleach. Like I said, I'm going to use an alternate supplier. So, but if anybody else type it in the comments if you've had a accelerated prices in your bleach, please do. All right, what else? What else we got tonight? Man, I am beat. It has been it's crazy. Right as you seem to think you're getting done with one task and making some headway, then another one comes up. And this is not a complaint at all. It's more me just talking about starting the business up. And thank the Lord, I've got Tanya, who's man, just couldn't do it without her. She handles so much of the behind the scenes crap, but not my forte doing paperwork at all. At all. All right, so Rob's saying he's gotten $4 to $5 a gallon last season from pool stores. I'll have a distributor this year. Woo! Can't get drums, but I can get 200-gallon pallets. But Plant still hasn't released pricing for 2022. That's kind of scary. Mitch is saying, Gotcha charged me $4.50 a gallon for 12. Woo! Another supplier of $2 a gallon. Yeah, that's awful. MTH 429. Good night. Oh man, that's crazy. $4.79 a gallon at Walmart for 10%. That's crazy. I did a price survey. I called around in Tallahassee the other day, and I was like, getting Ace Hardwares were anywhere from $2.79 a gallon to had one that was as high as five and some odd dollars a gallon. I'm a big supplier that was limiting everybody to 25 gallons. I think they were at $2.05 a gallon. I believe Leslie's they're still pretty cheap. They were $1.79 a gallon. Now, the further south you go in Florida, the cheaper it gets too. I think you're still under $1 a gallon in Orlando and Tampa. But everybody has pools here or there. We go through a lot of bleach. A whole bunch of it. All right, guys. I have got some computer work to do. I need to sign off, and eventually I need to get home tonight. Oh, got a couple more. North Texas. Hold on, what's this? Yeah, the number one guy in Google in my local area. Great guy, hoping to build a good relationship. Yeah, absolutely. You know, something that Doug and I preach all the time. Don't be afraid to reach out to other people in your market. Don't be afraid to say, hey, send me something, you know. I'd love to be a referral source for you. I was talking to was talking to somebody the other day, and he's like, "Man, the only thing that I hate about you selling a Crystal Clean is you were like my number one source of business, and I'm probably not going to get your overflow anymore." And we literally sent out at Spray Wash back in the day more referrals that we couldn't handle than most companies grossed in a year. So, and we split that up amongst like 5 or 6 different companies. Don't be afraid um, to reach out to people, build relationships. Because if you're a big company and a good company, and the last thing you want to do is to put a customer off whenever a customer like needs service from you. And sometimes, I mean, we would go the month of April and May and be booked for 6 weeks with 3 to 4 trucks. We just could not fit any more in. But we say, you know what? We can't do it, but we've got a quality service provider we'd recommend to you. MTH, absolutely. And something, so many unknowns with big box stores because you don't know about warehousing and transport conditions for chems. 100%. And also the big box stores can have it come down from on high, where you're paying $2 for something one day, and then the next day, all of a sudden it's $5. No warning, no notice, no nothing, and they can seriously change it. So Captain Tom is saying about $1.25 in Sarasota. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, I need to get off of here. Thank y'all so much. I'm going to get this connection issue taken care of, so it'll be a little less fuzzy next time. And y'all have a good night. As always, thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate you. Wash on.